Hi, everybody. It's Alicia. Can you hear me? Welcome to this edition of the Learning Tube. I've been doing book reviews this week. I'm reading. We all need to read more. And so I have this book, The 12 Universal Laws of Success by Herbert Harris. This is the second edition, and you can only find the used version of this book on Amazon. So I'll make sure that Ava drops you a link for the used version. And then there's another version, and I'll have her drop the link for that in the chat. So it should be like 17 bucks at the most. Get a used copy or get the different version if you want this book. Now, I'm just going to be really quick. Today's class is going to be quick. Yay. But I want to talk about two sections in this book, okay? So the first section, and write this down, it's on page 97. So when you do get the book, if you get it, I want you to turn to page 97, which is also in chapter 5 called The Law of Human Magnetism. What? It says the fifth universal law of success is the universal law of human magnetism. It is sometimes called the universal law of radiation and attraction. This is the law stated in Galatians 6:7. For whatsoever a person soweth, that shall they also reap. All right, so basically that means like attracts like. But what I want to talk about is this section here that they have about the negative thinker. So a lot of times we sabotage our success by thinking negatively. And no, that is a no-no. So we're going to fix that. And I'm going to talk to you about the 6 basic fears. Fear number 1 is the fear of poverty. This is the fear of the loss of the tangible things you have acquired, or the fear of going broke. Now, a lot of people have this fear, and this is not in the book, I'm just saying this. A lot of people have this fear, and this keeps them from accomplishing the things that they want to accomplish as an entrepreneur. Do you know why? Because they think if I leave the security of my job, then I might not be able to make it as an entrepreneur, and then I might be broke. So a lot of times in their entrepreneurial journey, they don't make that step towards entrepreneurship because of the fear of poverty. And it goes on to say, this destroys ambition, initiative, enthusiasm, persistence, and self-discipline. The fear of poverty invites failure at every turn. How many of you agree with that? Just give me an agree in the comments that the fear of poverty invites failure at every turn. So you're going to get the book to read about how to get through some of these things, but this is the negative thinker. And if you feel like you have any of these 6 attributes that you do as a negative thinker, you need to turn it off and switch the way that you think. So the next one is the fear of criticism. A lot of us have this fear, and that's what keeps and prevents us from teaching, turning on the camera, going all hard with who we are and what we deliver to the world, because we're afraid of those that criticize us. Let me tell you a story about Lorette. So my sister Lorette had the first course out on outsourcing. It's called Outsourcing Made Easy, and it was released in 2005. That is 16 years ago. And when Lorette put out this book, she sold a ton of copies, and then she got a return. And this person refunded, and he sent in a message to her saying, I didn't learn anything in this whole course. And do you know what Lorette did? Lorette picked up the phone and she called me and she said, take the course down. And I said, why? She said, take my website down right now. And I said, why, Lorette? What's going on? And she said, let me read to you what this guy said to me. This guy said, I did not learn anything new in your course and I want a refund. And Lorette said, he didn't learn anything new. The course isn't good enough. I said, Lorette, come on. You're going to let one critic, right? You want to end your whole career and cut off your course because of one person that is criticizing you, which, okay, if they said they didn't learn anything new, bye-bye, let them go, give them a refund. So I said, I'm not taking the website down. And Lorette called my mom, and my mom said, I heard you aren't taking your sister's website down when she asked you. And I said, I am not taking it down. And then 16 years later, we laugh about it, or how, yeah, 16 years later, we laugh about it. But the fear of criticism is real. And before Lorette even released that course, she was afraid that it wouldn't be good enough for the market. She was afraid that someone would criticize her. And that kept her from getting that product out there at all. Right? But finally, she got past that fear until someone did criticize her and her fear came to life. And then she wanted to end everything. How many of you know that this is real? The fear of criticism is true. It is real. It is a real fear. Comment true in the comment box if you know that that's real and you understand where Lorette's coming from on that one. Right? So now 16 years later, we get criticized all the time. We had someone, I was live and I was talking on the mic and doing a live, and someone wrote in, they took the time to write in a support ticket and said, I can't stand Alicia's voice. She shouldn't be talking on a microphone and definitely not going live. I can't take that high-pitched tone. And it came into the ticket desk, and in a team meeting, everybody's laughing and reading it out to me. And for a minute, I was like, wow, I don't even have a high pitched tone. I mean, maybe I can get a high pitch if I want, but I mean, I don't have a high pitched tone. What is he talking about? And the whole team meeting went quiet for a minute, waiting to see my reaction. And I said, make sure you subscribe him for every webinar and tag him in every live that I do, right? But all jokes aside, you have to have the understanding that there are going to be critics. People are going to criticize you, but you can get past them. And underneath, you have to know that you deliver value to the market. And if you don't have a critic, that means that you're not pushing hard enough. That means that you haven't done anything, right? So all of us, we have our critics. But the fear of criticism, it says the fear robs you of your initiative and destroys your power of imagination. It is usually fatal to your own personal achievement, right? Somebody give me an amen in the comment box if you know that this is true. It is usually fatal to your own personal achievement. The fear of criticism can induce inferiority complexes and virtually paralyze you. It makes you timid, insecure, and slow to reach decisions or express opinions. The fear of criticism will make you an intimidator instead of an innovator. Sorry, an imitator instead of an innovator. The fear of criticism. All right. Fear number one, fear of poverty. Fear number two, fear of criticism. If you have any of these fears, we all do at some point. I want you to recognize them. That's why we're talking about them. All right. The fear of ill health. The fear of ill health stems from negative knowledge and negative feelings about illness. It can cause you to become preoccupied with symptoms of sickness and disease. The habit of constantly speaking with strong feelings about sickness and disease often creates the very symptoms of the illness in your life. Experiences, disappointments in business and love affairs cause the fear of ill health to grow and magnify. How many of you know someone who is always sick? Like they're always going to the doctor and the doctor says there's nothing wrong with you, but they have it in their mind that they're sick. Listen, if you're always telling yourself that you're sick, that, something's wrong with you, that you're going to have a heart attack, like you have to be careful of the messages that you're sending yourself into your body because it is a real thing. The fear of ill health, recognize it and shut it down. All right. The next one, and we're about to get deep here. You guys ready? I don't know if you're ready. Maybe I should shut the book. I don't know if you're ready. Really not. Yeah, you're ready? Type ready in the chat box if you're ready to move on to fear number 4. Fear number 4 is the fear of loss of love. This fear is probably the most powerful of all the basic fears. The fear of the loss of love causes you to become suspicious of everyone. You quickly find fault with friends and loved ones, often without cause. Are y'all listening to this? Right? It encourages the idea that love can be bought. People who fear the loss of love often give gifts at the slightest provocation. They also have the tendency to remind you of every good thing they have done or think they have done for you. Listen, this is a hard one because it's real for a lot of people. right? And even in business. So sometimes, my staff, we sent out an email, and the email had in the subject line, you probably got it, in the subject line, it had something that I said that I normally wouldn't say. The subject line said, "I'm really pissed off right now." And a few of my staff members said, "I don't think you should send that out because you could lose the love of some of your people." I said, "But I am really pissed off right now, and I want them to know why, and I want them to be careful so that this doesn't happen to them." So they said, "Maybe you should say, 'I'm really upset.'" I said, "No, I'm not upset. I'm pissed off." And we're writing that in the subject line. And he said, "I'm not sure. You're going to lose the love of some of your people because they don't expect you to talk like that." And I'm saying, "Well, guess what? It's my decision. Send out the email. If I have some lost love, then I have some lost love." I did. I had somebody that sent me a message that said, "I was really disappointed with the subject line of your email because that's not how I see you." I said, "What? You don't think that I ever get upset? You don't think that something's going to upset me and I'm going to try to protect you from the thing that upset me? I'm protecting you and warning you about something." And they were like, "Yeah, yeah, but you could have said I'm upset." And I said, "If I said I was upset, would you have opened the email?" "I'm not sure." I said, "I'm looking in my records and it shows that you rarely open our emails, but you opened this one." "I did. I wanted to see what you were pissed off about." I said, "Okay, thank you. Bye-bye." Right? So don't have that email was our best opened email in recent history. Don't let the fear of the loss of love prevent you from achieving the things that you want to do, even when you know that they're right, and you don't do them because you're afraid that somebody might not like it and you might lose some love. So pay attention to the fear of loss of love. Okay, the next fear is the fear of old age. The fear of old age, to a large extent, stems from the negative portrayals we have as a society of the challenges of old age. This fear often manifests as a fear of being alone and unable to care for yourself. Sometimes the fear of poverty masquerades itself as the fear of old age. Here you believe that as you grow older, you are in greater danger of losing your worldly possessions. The fear of old age causes you to constantly talk about other people's age or how good or bad they look for their age. The fear of old age will have you constantly apologizing for your age. It will drive you to dress, act, and look like a younger person. People who fear old age often try to associate themselves with younger people. Now here I know he's not, right? I know he's not talking about keeping yourself up and making sure that you do those things that make you happy. Like if you have gray hair, you don't have to go gray naturally. But what he's talking about is this paralyzes people. I have talked to people who say, "Oh, I don't know if I can do this because I'm 55. I don't know if this is for me because I'm retired." And I say to them, I had a lady start a program at 91 years old, and she built a membership site, right? And when the last time I spoke to her, she was celebrating her 100th birthday. Like, what is this fear of old age? You can't do something. Her name is Mavis Cox. She lives in Australia. Look her up. 91 years old when she started her sewing membership site. So what's up with you? Right? What's up with you? Okay. The fear of death. The fear of death comes from concentrating on dying instead of living. It often stems from idleness, lack of purpose, and lack of occupation. People who fear death are often the same ones who have wasted their lives in the frivolous, unproductive endeavors. This fear also comes from a sense of unfulfillment in those who live their lives without direction. The fear of poverty sometimes manifests as the fear of death. Here you feel that your death will inflict poverty or hardship upon your family and loved ones. So if you feel that way, put something in place. Do you have life insurance? Right? Yes or no? Do you have investments? Have you started a business that you can leave to your children and to your grandchildren, right? What assets do you have? Focus on that instead of focusing on, being afraid that you're going to leave, that your death will have hardship upon your family and your loved ones. Set yourself up right so that doesn't happen. So then it says the first step in adjusting your attitude is to realize that all the fears are simply states of mind. Since you can control your mind, you can overcome these fears by changing your thinking. Eliminate the fear of poverty by refusing to accept any condition which leads to poverty. refined your ability to handle money, master money and possessions so that they can work for you. And as I say to you entrepreneurs, right, grow and build your business. Look for opportunities to find mentors and to learn from mentors. You know, right now I'm digging into a lot of books. You dig into some books and buy some courses and get into some coaching programs or mastermind programs, and it will really help you in eliminating these fears, right? So erase the fear of criticism by refusing to worry about what other people think, say, or do. Know that you are doing the best you can and that you will always get better. Overcome the fear of ill health by forgetting the symptoms of illness. Stop Googling, right, everything and thinking you're going to die. And replace them with thoughts of good health, right? When you wake up in the morning, think about your good health. You know, just be like, I am so blessed to wake up this morning and be in good health. I am so thankful for the things that I can do, right? So have no fear of losing love, because love cannot be lost. Love is an endless flow of feelings, seeking balance between the giver and the receiver. Realize that old age is a great blessing, which develops wisdom, understanding, and discipline. Replace yourself from the fear of death by recognizing that death is another transformation in the cycle of life, not an end, right? And the other negative emotion which can adversely affect you is worry. Worry is a negative state of mind which causes anxiety, distress, and uneasiness. It works slowly but persistently, destroying your initiative, self-confidence, and reasoning facility. To eliminate worry, you must change its attitude towards its cause. So it says the first and most important step in eliminating worry is to kill the worry habit by making a blanket decision that nothing in life is worth the price of worry. The general decision symbolizes in your own mind a commitment not to yield to the pangs of worry no matter what. No matter what. Got that? The second step is to realize that no amount of worrying will change or help the outcome. Change your attitude, towards the situation or condition causing you to worry. Change your attitude by changing your thinking and feelings about that which is causing you to worry. Replace negative thoughts and feelings of indecision, fear, and doubt with positive thoughts and feelings based on understanding, faith, and courage. The third step to eliminating worry is to practice the following 7-point formula for eliminating worry from your life. And I'll say this, and then we're going to wrap it up because this has been deep. This has been deep. So here's the 7-point formula for eliminating worry. 1, realize that most of the things you worry about will not happen. Number 2, determine the worst possible outcome of the situation that you're worrying about. Once you know the worst that can happen, you can face it. Number 3, resolve to accept the worst if it happens. Number 4, proceed to improve upon the worst by concentrating on the positive aspects of the situation. Number 5, review your life experiences, especially those which worked for you in the past. Where faith prevails, worry must flee. Number 6, practice living one day at a time. Forget yesterday's failures and tomorrow's possibilities for success. Concentrate on doing everything you can today to make tomorrow the way you want it to be. And number 7, do not cross the bridge until you get there. Take care of today. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Do not waste your energies dealing with situations which may arise in the future. Take good care of the present will often resolve or dissolve potential future situations automatically. All right. So this is the 12 universal laws of success. On the back, it states what the laws are. The laws are the law of thought, the law of change, the law of vision, the law of command, the law of magnetism, which is what we went over, law of focus, law of action, value, relationships, supply, persistence, and truth. Just a book that I love and wanted to share with you today. And I'll leave you with this. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Give me a high five if you're receiving this today and you're like, this is a message that I needed to hear. You know, we were going to teach about an internet strategy, but what I've seen happen is that a lot of people are having a fear of moving forward, right? Because they're so stuck in the past. They're stuck on their past failures. They're stuck on the disappointments of the past so much that they don't see that their feet were made to walk forward, not backward. Look at your feet real quick, okay? So the way that your feet are designed, are they easy to move backwards in the past? So, or are they made to walk forward this way? So your eyes are this way, your feet are this way. But why are you always looking that way? Why are you always thinking about what happened yesterday, the past that's behind you, the disappointments that you have in your life, when your body is made to look forward, to walk this way, to see this way? How hard is it to look in the past, right? It's hard, right? I can't turn the wheel. Like, it's hard. So why do you keep doing it? Stop turning around to look at what's behind you. Stop turning around and trying to walk backwards when you're meant to walk forwards. I hope that you get this message today and it helps you to say, you know what? I know what I need to do. And today I'm going to make the commitment to look forward, to walk forward, and to stop trying to think about what's back here. Oh, I didn't do that right. Oh, I should have done that. I mean, it happens to me. It happens to all of us. And we have to slap ourselves and get out of it. Let me tell you a personal story and then I'll go. So, I had a friend, Michael Taggart, who told me about Bitcoin when it was like a penny. And he told me to buy it. And he told me to buy it. And he told me next year to buy it. And he told me the year after to buy it. And I was just like, He's always, knows the latest and greatest. But I was just too busy for Bitcoin. And I just didn't even understand the concept. That's what was wrong. I didn't understand the concept and I didn't take a minute to learn it. So then Bitcoin, then it hits, all-time records, and then I get in and buy it because then I start to understand it. And then it hits, big records. And those people that listen to Michael in the past are so happy right now, and they've got all this money. And I keep telling myself, oh gosh, if I would have listened to Michael, it's in the past, right? It's in the past. But I keep thinking to myself, I'd have $56 million right now if I listened to Michael. And that's in the past. And that's in the past. And I keep letting the past sit on my shoulders until I said, you know what? I got in when I got in. I'm excited about where I am now. Every week I buy $100 more Bitcoin and I'm going into the Bitcoin game where I am now. And I'm only looking forward. I'm going to stop looking in the past and I'm going to look for new opportunities and keep my eyes open. The lesson that I learned is I'm going to keep my eyes open and listen when my friends tell me something and sit down and investigate it. It doesn't take that long, right? So instead of always focusing on the past, but I had to have someone that slapped me and said, stop talking about it. Stop talking about what could be today because of what you didn't do in the past and just keep moving forward. And now that I'm in that frame of mind, I'm so much happier. I'm having a lot more fun with cryptocurrency. We're even having a cryptocurrency class. I'll email you about it, an educational class where we're going to teach our students about it. So no matter where they are right now in the crypto game, if they haven't started yet, guess what? There's no better time to start than today. And so we're going to have that class. So I hope that this message has helped you today. And I just want to remind you, your feet are made to walk forward. So keep walking. All right, keep walking. Let me know what you thought about this class in the comments below. Thank you guys so much. Oh, I love you too. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for joining us in this class. I will see you soon on the next class and continue pushing. Bye. 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 You can post in the group what you thought of this class, all right? Let me know in the group and I'll put the replay, or Ava will put the replay in the group. Bye.